Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We're back with Grind to Learn. Alright, so we last left off with kind of scrapping out one of the ships that we found, the Distress Beacon or whatever it was called, and starting out this ship, which is looking pretty decent. We still got a little bit more work to go on here. And as you see here, I'm thinking maybe spread out the wings like that a little bit more will be a little more, look a little bit better. We tried to do it on one side, but we didn't end up doing it on the other side. But the atmospheric fans here definitely needs to come out back a little bit more in terms of the shoulders. So I'm not sure how far back we're going to do that. But we definitely need a ton more mats in order to get that going. So for the time being, we're going to have to kind of make somewhat of a modular cargo system. So first up, we're gonna add a little bit more thrusters on this, on the side thrust at least, because we don't have a lot of side thrusting on this thing. Here we go. So that's the new, that's more power in the side thrust, which is useful. So looking at our rover here, which we could update a little bit more. Oop. What I really need to do is actually add a. We have an antenna on this thing, right? No, we don't. We need an antenna. We need a remote control. That way we can always reach our seat now since we can remote into it. Alright, so the rover itself here was quite heavy when we had 4 modular cargo systems and the turrets and everything like that. I don't know how big of a modular system we should create though. So let's see. I was going to plop a few down just to see what we could do. So basically throw this down here. And we can connect it to the side. So we could technically have 4. But do we want 4? Do you want to do it this way? Or we kind of do it the other way, as someone has suggested on the rover, which was basically sideways. So technically we could put probably 4 of these together and hope for the best that we have enough thruster power to elevate this thing, which I don't think we do. Well, it's when it's empty, it's possible, but when it's not empty, forget it. I think it's gonna be way too heavy. But this might be a decent way of doing it. The only way we can connect on to this thing, unfortunately, is going to be with a connector, because we don't have any mag plates or anything like that. So another thing too, this is a little bit too big for the fans to fly above it. It might burn it down, it might not, I'm not sure. At the very point, it might not. If I have it connected the right way, this way. Seems like a lot of cargo, but would it work okay like this and not burn the cargoes down if we did it do that way? I'm not quite certain. We can just do it to test to see, and then eventually kind of fix it up if necessary. So again, the only option we have right now is a connector. Now we can place down right over here. So, ooh, it's not even. Shoot. So as simple as this for the connection point would be okay. And it doesn't necessarily need to connect into it for the weight of everything. It's minimal anyway, so I'm not worried about that. So I should be able to get into that, lift it up, and then what we probably want to do is throw in a whole bunch of connectors on the side here as well, or on this in the front and back. I think we'll just do it on the sides here. It'll probably look better this way. So a good number of connectors right over here, and that is how we're gonna kind of get into it with our modular drop-off point. And unfortunately, this thing does need a battery as well in order to get the module, in order to have one thing move from one thing to the other. Right now it can't. So where would we put that? Looks like we might have to put it right over here. Right, there we go. We got a battery, and for now we can just throw in random little bits of design here if we need to. So we might have to keep this as basic as that. I was thinking of putting some wheels on the bottom just to make it a little bit more droppable in terms of like landing it and everything like that, but not a lot of spots where we could put wheels. Well, probably right underneath it. We might be able to. I mean, can we even lift what we got now? Okay, lift it looks like it's possible, which is good. Now the wheels portion of it, that's probably not so great. Wonder if we can add these. Oh, we could. But that kind of impedes on that. Alright, so that's not gonna work out. We could put in a few bit of blocks for now. Some steel plates. We'll put it on towards the end. Right here. Okay, there. That could work. I mean, some blast door like stuff might work better in terms of like, you know, dropping and everything like that, but we could, I guess we could do it. We could just do a few of these blast doors towards the end here. So maybe one here, here, and on the other side. So we could kind of drop it down without a big problem. Should do it. Oh, we don't need that much. We just total of 4. This thing's leaning a little to the left for some reason. Okay, so we can drop it now this way. This could work. Now my problem is I can't get into the seat because we're a little high. But luckily we have it remote controlled now, so it'll be a little bit easier. Ooh, I don't like the fact that I can't get into my own ship as easy as I could. So what we're gonna do here is gonna probably add a little bit of a ladder system because we definitely need it, apparently. So we put that there. Now that's a little bit better. See if it works. Yeah, that kind of worked. Just to climb up to our ship. A little ridiculous, but it's aligned with it. All right, so this does and potentially can burn the connectors or the cargo, whatever the case may be. It looks like it's not widespread enough, so that might not be ideal. But I mean, it's gonna work for now. And then back here, I need some kind of platform where I can just drop this thing and then connect to the connectors. So that's what we got to work on next. We'll drop this for now. I hope nothing got burned. Yeah, it looks like it's okay, but once it's try to lift up, it's gonna burn some of this down. So maybe I move some of these connectors and put it more or less back in front instead. Yeah, maybe we don't need all these connectors. I think that just makes it a little bit more ridiculous and heavy too. So we can remove these. Okay, so we need a platform. I guess we can do it up here. Shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, so we'll grab a few steel plates here. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put this, but I'm thinking right around here for now. Which should be okay. We probably don't need it that big because this is about 2 blocks wide, actually. So it could have been a simple platform. Or basically a simple square would have worked. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This might be too much. You'd probably do like a 5 by 5 potentially. I think, or maybe not. Okay, so the idea is to have the pistons or a piston to go in and connect into the connector. So how tall are we talking about when it comes to the connector there? It's not tall at all, so I don't know if I have a flat there, would it work okay? I mean, maybe we should weld this all up first before we figure that out. Okay, so that's kind of welded up. Let's get into the ship here. Let's get this thing connected. Bring it up. And over. And we could drop this thing. Just kind of leave it there for now. Okay, so the idea was to be able to just drop it like that at any given point so that we could just connect the connector. So let's see. If we did do a connector up here, there's a chance that we need to align. Yeah, we need to line up another connector here, because even if we used a piston like so, would it line up okay? I mean, it might. Would that work okay? That looks a little bit like it could. Let's see. Yeah, that could probably work if I could probably push it into it to see at the very moment too. I'm just gonna nudge it ever so slightly. Yeah, it does work. Okay. So we don't need to do a piston or anything like that over there. If we don't want. Well, I guess we can add it here since we have it there. Our connection point there. And what we want to do is add pistons to kind of push it closer to it as much as possible. So, example of that would be, I don't know if I want to put it here. That could work. I mean, we probably want to get a little bit closer. Right, so then we don't want the max to be too much right this moment. We reverse it and just kind of shove this thing forward. Like so, into the connector. And of course, we need to square that all out. On both sides as well. Let's just get this maximum up there. Because we kind of shoved it in a little too hard. But I think right around here would do it. So 7.7? Yeah. That could work. Okay. So we can reverse this. We can leave it where it is since we already have it here. Although I probably don't kind of want to push it a little bit more forward, to be honest. The piston that I want to put here is probably going to need some kind of block or something. So if we put a piston, is it good enough here? This is right down the middle. Yeah, we'll put a piston here. On this end here. That gives us a decent chunk of space to work with, if anything. Like so. So that will push it towards it. So if I don't square it off enough, it's going to help square that off. But we do need to put some kind of block here to make this work a little bit better, which may be a glass edge door kind of thing. It's a bit heavy, but that may work. So we need like a few on the side here. There's got to be a lot of steel plates for this. That's fine. I think that's it. We can't put one here. We could put one here too if we want to. But that's not going to work too well. So hopefully this does square it off. So I can squeeze it close together. Does that work well? Not quite sure, but let's connect this really quick first. So we can get the mats for this. Actually, what we could have worked with is panels. That could have worked as well, or I don't know if we could put half blocks on here. We might not be able to because it's touching the ground, but panels could work. We have panels, and we could get the central panel-like thing. Or this was it. Yeah, I guess we could use this. And that way we'll squeeze it through when we drop it in here. Okay, let's see if this is going to work okay. So, I don't want to waste a lot of time by aiming where the modular cargo containers are going to land. Let's basically why we're doing it this way. So I want to give it... Let's try that again. The magnetizing part of it is a little too strong. That's probably why. But I wanted to give it enough space where I could just jump in here and disconnect off of this. Let me just unhook this really quick. I think the strength may be... maybe a problem. So I'm going to kind of turn that off. Okay, so we turn the strength off of that. We should probably take it off of the ship as well when connecting here, because it's a bit of a problem. But what I wanted to do is... Ooh, why is it so... Why is it like... It's got like dampeners and everything on. I'm not liking that. Anyways, once I be able to just toss it really quickly like that and then move away from it. So basically with that done, now we have it uneven and everything like that. So we could use the piston and just kind of shove it to where it needs to be shoved into. So the maximum is going to be very, very minimal, I think. So this is the left one. Let's say the maximum is going to be 1. Let's go forward and see. Okay, that's close, but not too close. Let's say 1.5. That looks like it could do it, but I'm not sure if I go on the other side, if that's going to work out okay or not. So let's go maximum 1.5. Reverse. See if it kind of lines it up. Okay, I mean, it's not quite there. We're off by a bit, so maybe 2 on each side is the best bet. Maximum 2. I'll start pushing it a little bit. Ooh, this one is... Yeah, it looks like... well, let's hope it doesn't blow up, but... Maximum 2. And they're kind of snugged in right now. Alright, so that's a little bit too much. Maybe not 2, but 1.8 or 1.9 is probably our best bet here. You know, even that is a little too close. Yeah, 1.7 looks okay. It's close. Alright, 1.7 looks like there's some room in between, so that kind of works out. And then I gotta move this thing forward, which I don't know what the maximum distance for this is gonna be, but let's just say 3.9 for now. Nope. Nope, we can't push it. So this one is the right side, and this is the back. So we can't push it. We may need more torque on there to push it, or because we're just too close to it. Maybe just too close to it. Potentially. I mean, we can increase the torque here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on? That's a little off. All right, let's not do it with these panels because it does not like it whatsoever. All right, maximum 3.6. It should be able to push it. It was pushing it before. There we go. 3.6 is the max. All right, we got maybe 4 to 5 maximum, I think, here. Let's say 5. We're missing a little bit. Maybe a 5.2. Maybe more. Nope, 5.2. It will do it. Perfect. So that's kind of what I want it to do. So basically, taking the pistons here. This is the modular pistons. We reverse it, and then we grab it. But then when we just drop it off, we just drop it off in any way possible. Okay, so from what we learned, what we can do is we want to probably protect ourselves here in terms of the connector itself. We could put in some half blocks, protect this connector here. So I wouldn't mind doing this with it. And now we go over the connector and we bump it. It's not going to be as crazy. And we can still connect to it like this. Right, so as I mentioned before, we just want to be able to drop this off. Let's just say we're not going to fly like completely straight. Let's just say something like this. We'll drop this thing down. We'll fly away. Grab another cargo container while that sits there. And then we go salvage something else if that's the case. We just need a button for this as well. So I guess we can put it right here. I'm not sure how well we can see it, but we do need a button right here, which we could do. We could do the sci-fi button. Why not? The first one's to take the grouping of the pistons. And let's just say reverse. And the other one's going to take the connector. And you connect into it. So what is the name of that connector? That's what we need to find out. Alright, we're going to call this the modular connector. And we're just going to do a switch lock here. So what we're going to do, hit this button. And that should reverse everything that we need it to reverse. And it pushes it in there perfectly fine. Alright, so one thing I forgot to do is make one of the pistons a little bit slower than the others, which is the one that's going forward. Because if we go in too fast, it's not going to work out too well. But nonetheless, it's a little bit further backwards anyways, so it should be okay. But we could slow it down just a tiny bit if we need to, so 0.25 it, if anything. And we probably should do an event control instead, so if that was ready to connect, it would just connect. But anyways, we'll switch lock it now. At this very moment, I can't really tell if it's switch locked or not, but it should be. Yep, I can see it there. We could probably put some kind of lighting as well to say it's been switch locked as such, if need be. But that's fundamentally what I wanted to do. I could probably design it out a little bit better, if anything. But yeah, this works okay for the time being. So then we just kind of switch lock everything off of it. Grab our ship. We could grab the modular piece of this. Which unfortunately we don't have a projector. If we had a projector, that'd be great because I could just make another one of these really quickly. But it's easy enough. So this here is our cargo container. So it has nothing in there now, which works out fine. Let's give this a test run. There's a battery over there we didn't need to get. Let's go here. Oh, there's a scrapyard that we had seen as our second one we got in. Yeah, I think this is the second one. So this will take quite some time to scrap. I might need to do multiple runs with this thing technically, but should be able to get a lot of steel plates here, which would be great. Should have dumped all the steel plates I have on hand, but whatever. But yeah, let's get started with the grinding. Alright, so that was much quicker than I thought it would be. I should call these different names, so I know where they are. This one is middle. And this way I can tell how much weight is left on here. So forward and backward, kind of reverse all that, but it's fine. So these are two middle ones. So just in case if things get a little too heavy on one side, at least we want to throw everything in the middle too for now, which looks like we did that on purpose somehow. We filled up one or two of them already, so we should probably head back and go to the next one, or go to the next one directly. Ooh, I should have designed it with the mindset of having two connectors. That way I could dump it on either side. All right, we are way too heavy, and we cannot bring this thing back. Ouch. 2 cargo containers filled, and we can't bring it back. Ooh, that's not good. I would think the problem I would have had or run into was that I wouldn't be able to get it going. 4 of them are filled, but not when it's just 2. Well, then again, these thrusters aren't the best thrusters either for this. So there's also that. We could throw more in here. I believe we have enough mats to do at least 1 or 2. I want to say I have more than enough for 2. But actually doesn't look like it. We're short on motors. Yeah, we're short on motors. So that's not good. We could drop a few things and come back for it later. I think it's more or less these things are what's super heavy, which is the radio components. If I drop all that, I think we should be okay. Probably tested it out first before doing this. We could extract one of these things. Maybe backward thrust, if anything. Just to fulfill this thruster here. Oh, we still need a lot of motors. Ooh, that one uses so much motors versus these? Is that what it is? 30 motors versus 18 motors. Wow, that's a big difference. Alright, so what if we just got rid of forward momentum? Oh wait, those are the smaller ones. Oh, I'm missing 2 motors. Just 2. Great. Oh, this one right here we could utilize. Alright. Looks like we might be able to get some lift now. Tiny bit. Definitely should test this out and put some weight in there first before doing this. But looks like, yeah, we got some lift now. So we needed to add a few more on here in order to get this lift. But now we also don't have something to slow us down or speed us up really quickly because we just got rid of a few of those thrusters. So this got a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. We could scrap the D-shaped ones and throw in a big thruster instead, so that's also a possibility, but this looks okay. It's not that bad. Yep, I should have built this thinking I could have done it on both ends. So I could easily just drop it in there whenever I wanted to. But this will do it. Just drop that off. Drop our ship off. Let's see if this is gonna work out. So we're gonna switch lock that, not switch lock, piston that thing there. And it's slowly pushing it. That kind of works out. Yep, that works. Okay, it's not too bad. Of an inchworm type of thing, but it's in. Now I'm not sure if I should get a sorter or not to get everything moved out of there. I hope it does move everything out of there. It looks like it does. Oh, well, actually, you know what? We didn't even switch lock it, so how would we know? Here's a modular. Nope, it didn't move anything. So we do need to set up some kind of sorter of sorts. So this conveyor junction, we could do a sorter instead. There. So it should grab everything out and go through there. If anything. And it shouldn't come back. Yeah. So basically, just drain all to be on. So then our modular cargoes could be emptied out. It's working itself out. Alright, perfect. So that works out okay. Now the ship here, again, needs a little bit of helping hand in terms of the thrusters. I'm gonna add back some of the thrusters here. So this was enough thrust for the time being, but it looks like we need more if we're gonna fill up 4. This was enough, just barely enough for 2. Full one. 2 full. So, do we want to add a few of these thrusters back here like this? Or even in the front like this? I feel like it needs to be on the side so it doesn't burn down the modular piece to this thing, but we'll see how that goes. We could throw one here and here, I think. And two more, if anything. So just mixing it up here. That could work okay. I don't know. It might burn down the modular piece or not. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Hopefully now we have more than enough thrust for this. But the new 4 thrusters I put there potentially could burn down the whole cargo container, but maybe not. Hopefully it doesn't. If it's far back enough, it won't. One of them won't, but the other one could. That's the unfortunate piece. So we could go back and grab the few radio components there, but I don't think, or whatever they're called, radio components, yeah. I don't think we need it. So we're just going to go forward here. Oh, what was that? Some kind of sparks flying here. Is a chance is it toasting it? I don't know what that little glitch looking like thing is. Something's playing it out on here. Oh, it might be the cargo containers. Alright, we made it. And this is the other station. Was this the military outpost looking like thing? I forget what it was. Seems like it. I don't know where I'm gonna put this conveyor, but it looks like this will be a lot to kind of gather here. We'll throw that there. Throw that there. And let's get on scrapping. Alright, we are completely full, which is good and bad, because I'm not sure if we can fly this thing back. Let's see. We gather most of the tower. We been doing the fun way, which was cutting down the bottom of the platform and have it drop. But it did kind of crash and create a whole bunch of scrap here, so whoops. But now time for the fun part. Can we get this thing lifted? I mean, if we get the large ship up and going, we have enough thrust to just grab the whole entire station and bring it back home. But too bad we can't make a scrap station because we don't have enough progression in terms of making grinders and such. Alright. This does not work. Way too heavy. Not good. Okay, so we gotta figure out what is our best course of action here, which is probably getting rid of all these stupid radio components for now. Okay, got rid of most of those. So hopefully we could get some lift from this now. I mean, even if it's just a tiny bit. Oop, of course we got lift there because we're not attached. Nope. We are way too heavy. We do not have enough thrust for all this. We could add more thrusters. I don't know if it's going to work well in terms of power, because we might not have enough power for all this thrust. But yeah, we need a ton more thrust. It looks like we may even need a huge one back here, if anything. Do we have enough motors to make one huge one here? We might have enough motors for it. I wish I could put a good spot for this. The ladder's kind of in the way. I'll put one over here for now. I know it's gonna make it look awful, but it is what it is. Yep, that works. I was hoping to put it right in between the ladder. That could have worked a little bit better. Let me do that, actually. So I think I just need to add 1 or 2 blocks there in order for that to work, right? Or is the ladder too much? Yeah, the ladder's too much. The ladder makes it go all the way this far back. That's crazy. Not expected to do that. So if I could just put it right there. Yep. Oh, wow. That's so far back. Because of the ladder over there. That's crazy. Yep, all because of the ladder. It's kind of back like that. But I wonder if I add all this back, is it going to be a problem? Not quite, so that's good. Alright, we can pick up the rest of the stuff here. Which is mainly scrap and steel plates, which is useful. Looks like we're doing okay in terms of propulsion upwards with that large thruster there, so that helps. So maybe we redesign it so that we have the large thrusters instead of the fan thrusters. But there's no other good spot for it. It looks good where it is, except for I have to push it so far back because of that ladder system. But that's the only way to ensure that we get up there. Oh, we need more batteries now. We do not have liftoff because we need batteries. Not enough batteries for this. We easily throw one here. But I don't think I have power cells, so that's not going to work currently. But we could utilize whatever mass we can find and just throw it in there. That should be alright. Shoot. Alright, empty out a little bit of the container, but it looks like this one is just driving it crazy with the batteries. Or not. No, it's not working out too well. So, let's just empty out some more. We're gonna have to redesign the ship with the bigger thrusters and more batteries, obviously. But for some reason... yeah, we're not able to fly this thing, so let's just see. Alright, we have 2 full ones, which we had before. Yeah, 2 semi-filled cargos, so it should work fine, but unless there's an issue with this for some reason. Yeah, I'm not able to fly it. Huh. What is going on? Are we out of power? Since we have an hour, so why can't we do anything? What's going on here? Our thrusters are on. I think our batteries are kind of toast. Yeah. Our batteries are toast from trying to get that lifted. But why does it still say I have an hour battery left then? That's what I don't understand. Oh, from the reactor. Wait. Yeah, I think... yeah, that seems to be the problem. Ooh, okay, we might be stuck here for a little bit. So that's gonna be fun. If we could find our way to get charged up from these batteries, that would be a possibility. There's a battery over there, but that's pretty far away. If I could connect right here to connector, that could work. I just need to be able to fly up a little bit, which is probably going to be an issue. Okay, we have that there. Kind of not balanced out, but that's fine. If I'm able to fly it, then that'll be great. I just need it to... I guess a few minutes left on this thing. The reactor was just charging up. Alright, I think I'm going to have to do this for the time being. Okay. I think I burned way too much time on the thrusters. Just sitting there for a little bit. And killed all my batteries, basically. So luckily, we did have a little bit of uranium left. Alright, 2 choices. Either we sit here and wait to get charged up, which wouldn't be that bad. While we continue to kind of just throw stuff into the cargo container right here. or we head home and make sure we get our ship up and running a little bit better in terms of carrying more weight, and then come back for the cargo container. I mean, those are my choices there, but there's not much we can do about it now. Yeah, we killed our power by thrusting too hard. Yeah, we could go back, get some more batteries on here, then bring this. Yeah, I guess we could do that too. But ultimately, we'll let it kind of charge up a little bit. If anything, we'll do a little bit off camera. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the modular cargo container for this series, so we can continue to salvage and collect as much steel plates as possible. If you did, please like and subscribe down below. Don't forget to comment, even just say hi, and of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.